Welcome back, fellow believers. Reading the Bible every 3 months. Old Testament, 12 chapters. 2 plus 12 is 14. In the book of Exodus, chapter 2. Moses is born. Then the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river. And when she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby wept. So she had compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Moses flees to Midian. Who made you a prince and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill me as you killed the Egyptian? Then the children of Israel groaned because of the bondage, and they cried out, and the cry came up to God because of the bondage. Moses at the burning bush. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Moses, Moses. And he said, "Here I am." Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? I am who I am. Miracles, miraculous signs for Pharaoh. What is that in your hand? A rod. Cast it on the ground. So he cast it on the ground, it became a serpent, and Moses fled from it. Now put your hand in your bosom. His hand was like leprous, like snow. O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and slow of tongue. Moses goes to Egypt. And it came to pass on the way at the encampment that the Lord met him and sought to kill him. Then Zipporah took a sharp stone and cut off the foreskin of her son and cast it at Moses' feet and said, "Surely you are a husband of blood to me." First encounter with Pharaoh. Let my people go, that they may hold a feast to me in the wilderness. Israel's deliverance assured. The family of Moses and Aaron. Aaron is Moses' spokesman. Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh heed me? I have made you as God to Pharaoh, and Aaron your brother shall be your prophet. Aaron's miraculous rod. The first plague, waters become blood. The second plague, frogs. The third plague, lice. The fourth plague, flies. The fifth plague, livestock diseased. So the Lord did this thing on the next day, and all the livestock of Egypt died. But of the livestock of the children of Israel, not one died. The sixth plague, boils. The seventh plague, hail. The eighth plague, locusts. The ninth plague, darkness. Go serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds be kept back. Let your little ones also go with you. So Moses said, "You have spoken well. I will never see your face again." Death of the firstborn announced. I will bring one more plague on Pharaoh and on Egypt. Afterward, he will let you go from here. Speak now in the hearing of the people, and let every man ask from his neighbor and every woman from her neighbor articles of silver and articles of gold. Pharaoh will not heed you, so that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. So Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh. And the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go out of his land. The Passover instituted. You shall eat nothing leavened. In all your dwellings you shall eat unleavened bread. The 10th plague, death of the firstborn. The Exodus. Passover regulations. This is the ordinance of the Passover. No foreigner shall eat it. But every man's servant who is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then he may eat it. A sojourner and a hired servant shall not eat it. The firstborn consecrated. The feast of unleavened bread. The law of the firstborn. The wilderness way. The Red Sea crossing. Then the waters returned and covered the chariots, the horsemen, and all the army of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. Not so much as one of them remained. Okay, I'm done. Let's go to New Testament. That was the New King James Version. Now we're going to go to New American Standard Version, New Testament. Okay, chapter 20 of Matthew, so we need to read through Matthew 24, laborers in the vineyard. Death, resurrection foretold. Preferment asked. Whoever wishes to be first among you shall be your servant, your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life a ransom for many. Sight for the blind. The triumphal entry. Behold, your king is coming to you, gentle and mounted on a donkey, even on a colt, the foal of a beast of burden. Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. Cleansing the temple. The barren fig tree. Authority challenged. Parable of two sons. For John came to you in the way of righteousness, and you did not believe him, but the tax collectors and prostitutes did believe him, and you, seeing this, did not even feel remorse afterwards so as to believe him. Parable of the landowner. Listen to another parable. There was a landowner who planted a vineyard, put a wall around it, and dug a wine press in it, and built a tower and rented it out to vine growers and went on a journey. The stone which the builders rejected, this became the chief cornerstone. This came about from the Lord, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Parable of the marriage feast. The kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. But for many are called, but few are chosen. Tribute to Caesar. Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. Jesus answers the Sadducees. I'm recording, Milling. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the great and foremost commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend the whole law and the prophets. Pharisaism exposed. Whoever exalts himself shall be humbled, and whoever humbles himself shall be exalted. 8 woes. Lament over Jerusalem. Signs of Christ's return. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and in various places shall be famines and earthquakes. But all these things are merely the beginning of birth pangs. This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all the nations. And then the end will come. Perilous times. The glorious return. Parable of the fig tree. Then there will be 2 men in the field, one will be taken and one will be left. 2 women will be grinding at the mill, one will be taken and one will be left. Be ready for his coming. All right, I'm done. Don't forget to smash the subscribe, the like, and leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.